So, Nushrratt, it is such a great pleasure to speak with you every time. And now, today we're here to actually talk about your film Janhit Mein Jaari hai, which has received so many wonderful reviews. I've been hearing so many great things about it. So, I think for you as an actor to receive compliments of this nature for a film like this, it must be quite enriching, I'm sure, for you.
Very actually, because it was a subject on a film that could have easily gone down south, and we would not have realized what happened. But in fact, we got exactly the kind of reactions and the kind of feedback or respect that we were hoping the film would garner. Like I was really hoping that audiences have matured to kind of see this in the right light and to give it the respect and value it deserves now. And that we've really got back, and I feel like that I'm happy with that turnout and that feedback. Yeah.
Right, that's wonderful. So in the film, you're playing a young girl who basically takes on a rather challenging role of selling condoms.
Correct.
So obviously, I think it's very interesting because I think ZEE5 or Z rather has a film called, I think, Helmet. I think they have on the platform. ZEE5 have Helmet on the platform, which again is a film which sort of aims to destigmatize the use of condoms. So how important is it for Hindi films to actually sort of, I guess, educate infotainment, jaisa hum kehte hain? How important is this genre, do you think, in Bollywood right now?
I think it's very important, and it's not just infotainment when it comes to humor. There is infotainment where you can tell a story hidden in another emotion. Whether you want to tell something very important through a thriller, or I want to shake the audience up and say something through a horror, which I've done before. I feel like this whole new language of telling stories, by putting it under the pretext of a larger emotion, which can impact audiences and kind of make them feel for that topic or that taboo or that malpractice, is a great tool of power in cinema. And we've just barely kind of scratched the surface of it. Like barely. It's a very large space creatively to kind of say those important things to audiences. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that we've just scratched the surface of it. Why do you think that is the case? Do you think because I think Hindi cinema for the longest amount of time was, I guess, caught up in this whole process of just making back-to-back masala films and, I guess films which they knew that would actually do well at the box office? Do you think it's almost that fear of them actually stepping out of the comfort zone a little bit in filmmaking?
Completely, fully. I mean, today I do this job, I don't do it free of cost. You do your job, you don't do it without a salary, right? Nobody does anything for free. Eventually, all of this is a business, and a business is basically you earning your own bread and butter, right? Why would you not want to do a job at a company that's paying you a bigger salary? Why would you settle and say, no, I'm going to do it in this salary for the rest of my life? Doesn't happen, right? It's just basic human tendency to rise. And a box office success seems very frivolous, but the practicality of it is enormous. You and I can have a chat about it, but the person who's losing money at the end of the day does not want to have a chat about it. He wants to earn his money. He wants to safeguard his loss, if there is a loss. And of course, always people want to work in profit. Nobody does anything for a loss. I can't make a business of it, Anuj. I'm a big supporter of a box office success. I'm a big supporter of a film getting the money is due on a OTT platform, for example. If it's an OTT original, whatever the business module is, if people making the film are not going to make money on it, are not going to have a success at it, there's no point in making the film. Why would I make a product which no one's going to buy? I mean, you know what I mean? So I get that that's maybe the reason why certain films are not made, because people think that these are not viable options business-wise. But that is changing. And I'll give that credit to the industry and the makers, is that, where you do a big film, which is a masala film, you still do a Janhit Mein Jaari. You know what I'm saying? There is still a space for a film like that to operate, exist, reach audiences, impact audiences, be that responsible part of cinema that's saying something slightly more than just, masala films. But audiences also enjoy the masala films. Can't take that away. You can't deprive them of that because we feel like the need of the hour is more important. We are a very thin demographic in this country. You know what I mean?
True.
The larger grassroots audience wants your masala entertainment, my friend. So why don't we create a middle path of a film which kind of cracks both? It entertains them, it informs them, infotainment, or it scares them but still teaches them something, or it thrills them, it tickles their bones but still says something so interesting and nice that they come home with feeling like they're enriched. Whatever that they've taken back home, they've gone home with that feeling. And that just gives another filmmaker the zest to make another film differently or another topic.
Right, indeed. And I think with this film, actually, because like I said, it, you know, your character goes through a path of facing a topic which should not actually be taboo, but sadly is. You know, the thought of a woman selling condoms itself, like, you know, I think that's what the film does. It kind of shows the different reactions towards that. But I think for you, how has it perhaps changed your perception towards safe sex in particular? Because, you know, I think it's very interesting because recently on Netflix and Channel 4, actually, we had a show called It's a Sin, which actually talks about HIV and how STIs affected gay people back in the 80s and early days. So it's great that we're seeing a lot of awareness about these topics. But how has it influenced your perception towards all these aspects in particular?
You know, I would say I'm from the more blessed circle of family and friends, which is a rare thing. So this film has not changed my perception towards it. The reason I chose this film was because the perception towards it was already changed in me. I'm already that audience that will go to a chemist and buy a condom without bothering about what people say and think. I already am that audience of yours. Now the fact that I'm already that audience is just giving me more power to say yes to a film like this. To say, you know what, I'm not really bothered about people are saying because I've already not been bothered about it. So I want to do this film and I want to take this ahead. That's what I think, me being normal about safe sex and education and choosing options that are to protect myself and my life has done for me. I've been able to give that back to audiences by supporting and doing a film like this. Whatever circle it is, I feel like it comes around, you know, it kind of closes in beautifully. And what's maybe happened with me on Janhit.
Right. And I think it also helps because Raaj Shaandilyaa is the writer of this film, and he obviously directed you in Dreamgirl, which again was a social comedy of sorts. And again, it was a crazy film. From where it goes, I still remember watching it at the press screening, and it was quite a fun film. But I guess when you have someone like Raj on your side, that must make the process a lot easier for you as an actor because you understand his language, you understand his command of storytelling. Right?
I'm somebody who likes working with people I have a great working connect with or a great creative sort of collaboration with, where they understand what I'm saying and I understand what they're saying. And that's very important in a language of making a film. Because Anuj, there are various ways to do a scene, to perform a scene. There are various ways to emote those emotions. There are various ways of delivering those lines. But what is that one way that we choose together as a creative director, writer, and an actor going ahead, which is correct for our film and character, is a choice we make together. Where he's convinced that this is working for my film, and I'm convinced that I'm able to do this for this film. So for me, it's very important to have the right creative people around me. And I don't think I would have done Janhit if Raaj Shandilya was not with me on the film. To be very honest, I have done the whole film under his direction. I would get up every day and ask him, I'm going to do this scene. What do you think? And he would come on set and we would read it, we would crack it. I would tell him, aise kar sakte, aise kar sakte, aise kar sakte. And he said, ye badhiya, ye karte. So he's literally guided me through the entire film, and I don't think I would have been able to do it if he wasn't there.
Yeah. And I think for you as an actor, I would like to think that this is a very game-changing moment for you because obviously we've had we've done interviews in the past where we've spoken about your style of films and how they're often seen as these very chalu characters, very cunning characters.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite refreshing, I'm sure, for you to kind of play a character which isn't chalu necessarily, which actually embraces a very different side to womanhood. So I guess for you to avoid falling into that bracket as well, has that always been a constant threat in your mind as an actor as well? Which is why perhaps you cherish a film like Janhit Mein Jaari here, for that matter as well.
No, yeah, Anuj, I liked everything I've played, and I'd happily be that Chalu girl again tomorrow also, provided the story is interesting. I can't judge my characters that I play. I can't say, no, I don't like playing this because it's Chalu. I don't like it because I don't like the character. I get it. But because she's Chalu, I don't like it. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think my first approach to anything I read is to find a way to like it and connect with it and to see how differently can I do it and have fun with it. कि कितना मजेदार हो सकता है. I approach it like that. If I draw blank and if I'm like, no, I'm not having fun with this at all, I literally don't know how to play this, then I'll probably not do it. But I won't do it just because she's that cunning Chalu girl. No, I love it. I totally love it. I love
it. I think what I'm waiting for next, actually, Nushrratt, from you is number one, તમારે ક્યારે ગુજરાતી ફિલ્મ કરવી છે? You have to એક ગુજરાતી ફિલ્મ તો કરવું જ પડશે તમારે. You have to do it. I'm not even going to take no as an answer. You need to do it. Waiting for that.
Of course, કરવાની છે, કરવી છે. અગર કોઈ ઓપ્શન આવ્યો, કોઈ ફાઇન સ્ક્રિપ્ટ આવી તો હું ચોક્કસ કરીશ. I don't think મેં એક ગુજરાતી ફિલ્મ ને કોઈ પણ કારણથી મના કરી શકું. In fact, I feel ગુજરાતી સિનેમા થિયેટરમાં મેઇનલી ગુજરાતી થિયેટરમાં જે સબ્જેક્ટ્સ ને ટોપિક્સ એ લોકો પ્લેસ લખે છે અને જે લોકો બોલે છે એ બહુ પ્રોગ્રેસિવ છે. I think it's very progressive. The ideas and thoughts are they touch your heart, and I know like a large community of Gujaratis who cherish their theater. Like they'd go to a play, then go to a like film. That's evolved, progressive people and mindsets which I would definitely love to be a part of. So yeah.
Yeah, and also I want to see you reunite with Kartik Aaryan again, by the way. I'm a big fan. I love Akashvani and I love Karka Panchnama. And of course, Sonu Ki Tito Ki Sweetie. So I'm really eager. When are you guys going to work together again, man? Like, honestly, I'm really
I hope so soon. I have no idea. We both have a lot of projects that we are all, I don't even know, busy in for how long. I think it's this lockdown that threw all of us off in terms of planning. And I still feel like I can't plan it because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm just going with one day at a time and let paths cross and lives, collide again. And
definitely.
You will know when we do something together.
No, definitely. No, but I think it's wonderful, Nushrratt. I mean, look, I always enjoy chatting with you. And I think we've always spoken about your career and the way you approach. It's always very, very simple and very to the point and honest. And I think that's what really comes across on screen is that honesty, that bebaatpan that you also have. And I love that. So Nushrratt, more power to you. And thank you so much for a film like Janhit Mein Jaari. I'm still yet to watch it, but I can't wait for it to come on ZEE5. Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much, Nushrratt. See you later. Bye-bye.